Welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net, fellow babies. I'm Michael Pachter, and this show costs money to produce. I get none of it. Shane is barely making ends meet. We need you to be a Patreon patron. That's pretty easy. Go to Patreon and look up SIFTD, and you will find us. If you have an Amazon Prime account, we can get supported. All you have to do is link it to your Twitch account. Costs you nothing. So Twitch Prime link to Amazon Prime. Description in the show. The instructions are in the show description below. Finally, if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe on YouTube. All those things get you Pachter Factor love in real time, and we appreciate it. If you are watching this and you don't pay anybody anything and you don't have Amazon Prime, I understand you don't have any money. You're getting it late, and you're getting it free because that's my insistence that we actually give everybody access. But since you're getting my efforts for free, give back some love into the pack. I would love a follow on Twitter at Michael Pachter, and tell me on Twitter that I shamed you into it. I will give you a shout out. Okay, let's get on to today's question. Okay, question from SIFTD from Zero Kaiser. Is Microsoft losing money on Game Pass? How long do you think it will be able to continue on that path? Is there any way it could benefit Sony to allow Game Pass on its consoles? Game Pass works on any device, so you don't actually need a console to play it. Obviously, if you want to use the client version, so you download the game, then sure, it could be on PlayStation. But my bias is they won't let them do that. Everybody who's got a console has a PC. You can download it to your PC too. And since it'll work on any device, you can still cast it from your PC to your TV if you want. I mean, that's slightly complicated, but it's completely doable. I think that ultimately, you could probably just play on your TV, and you can use your PlayStation controller, and it'll probably work. I mean, again, any Bluetooth controller will work with Game Pass. So I don't think Sony needs to be involved. We'll see what Microsoft chooses to do. Maybe Sony will give up and instead of trying to beat them, try to join them. Yes, Microsoft's losing money, but I think Microsoft's plan is that if Game Pass is truly ubiquitous and available without a console, then they aren't going to be limited to the 75 or 100 million console owners as an addressable market that they would have sold games to in the past. They'll be looking at an addressable market of a couple of billion households with internet. Now, everybody's not going to pay $10 a month, but if they could even reach 10% of households, they would look an awful lot like Netflix. And at 200 million, they're minting money. So the question is, if you are running a network, a subscription service that is a direct substitute for sales of games, absolutely you will lose money. So if your addressable market is the 75 million people who could buy Halo, and you put Halo on the subscription, no one buys Halo, everybody plays it for free on the subscription, you lose money. But if you offer it to 10 times as many people, 750 million people, and you get those guys to buy a subscription, you're killing it. So the answer is somewhere between 75 and 750 million. They will make a lot of money if they get to 100 million subscribers. And I don't know if they will or not, but I think this streaming off console idea is a great idea. The trick is multiplayer still isn't really good on Game Pass. And when I say it's not good, it works and it's fine, but you're going to play a multiplayer game, and if you're a highly skilled Call of Duty player and you're able to play that on Game Pass, you're going to get killed thinking you shot the guy first, because you're going to pull the trigger before you hear his gunshot, and then you're going to go down and he's not. And it's because the lag on what you see and what happens is just enough to make that happen. That'll piss people off. To be clear, if you are a Game Pass streamer, then you're playing everything in the cloud. If you're a Game Pass downloader and you're playing on a console or a PC, then you have a resident or a local client, they call it, but you have a local CPU and GPU. And the difference technologically is just that if you and I are playing each other in the cloud is doing all the rendering and we have nothing going on locally. So the cloud is figuring out what you see and I see, and it has to translate the whole picture to each of our monitors. If we each have local clients, so you have it on your PC and I have it on my Xbox, and we're playing, then our local CPUs and GPUs are rendering everything on our screen. And the only thing that goes back and forth from the cloud is I pulled the trigger, right? And my PC knows if I'm aiming at you or not. Your PC figures that out because they're giving this relative location. So very little data goes back and forth, which means low packet loss because there's not much to lose, which makes the speed faster. So multiplayer gaming works because you have local client. If you put it all in the cloud, it doesn't work as well because the cloud has to render everything, send it to both of us, get back the instructions on who we aimed at and who we shot at, and then go back and tell us who got killed. And that multiple pathway is what causes latency. So I think for single player games, Game Pass can be awesome. And that's why getting deals like the EA deal are really important. As they crack 20, 30, 40, 50 million households, they're going to buy a lot more catalog content. And so, if they go to Activision and say, we have 200 million households, can we put Call of Duty on the old Call of Duty on the Game Pass? Can we have Call of Duty 2003 through 17 on Game Pass? Activision is going to say yes, as long as they get paid a percentage of the time spent or something, because they're going to be exposed to a couple 100 million people who then in turn may play Warzone and may play Call of Duty Mobile and may buy a console and play Call of Duty Premium. So I think they will ultimately make money, but how long will they be able to continue losing money? As long as it takes. They have more money than God. No, you don't need Game Pass on PlayStation. Yes, you could download it to a PS5, but Sony won't let them do that. They want to do it themselves. And Microsoft's got a head start because they have a lot of cash. They've got the EA catalog, and they're willing to put games day and date on Game Pass, so they're going to win until they don't. So the idea that, if you join PS Now, you still have to buy God of War, you still have to buy Uncharted, you still have to buy Last of Us. But if you subscribe to Game Pass, you don't have to buy Halo or Gears or Forza or any Bethesda title. That's a big deal. So I think Microsoft wins, period. I don't think Sony competes, period. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor. And if you're a Patreon patron or an Amazon Prime member who linked his Twitch Prime account or a YouTube subscriber, we thank you for your patronage. We're getting paid. The Twitch Amazon thing costs you nothing. You're already paying for it, and Amazon will give us money. So that's an easy link. Follow the instructions in the show description below, and you'll get a little scrolling ticker that calls you out and says, way to go. Shouts you out. That way to go. Thanks for supporting us. If you can't afford to support us, I get it. You're watching on YouTube a week late for free. Appreciate that you're interested in what I have to say. Follow me on Twitter. You'll get more of what I have to say at Michael Pachter.